Alrighty, howdy fellers, it's getting late in the teepee at Chickasaw Card Collecting. It's after midnight now here in Southern California, the spring ahead weekend. It's now March 6, 2020, and I'm welcoming all of you into the Chickasaw Card Collecting Channel TP. The last time we were together, we were working through some junk wax sent to us by the BITG Card Breaking Channel. And I want to try to finish it up now. I know we've had some fun. We've had a good time. But it is time to finish these up now. And we're going to start right away. I mean, right now. We have these red ones. You saw them in the last one, right at the very end. But I decided, I looked at the timer and I said, no, it's just too long. So I know you have to look at them. I mean, red, blue, the diamond shape, the Donruss D right in the middle where the mound would be, and there's 15 baseball cards, Series 2 Major League Baseball cards, and you're going to expect for some pretty dandy stuff to be in there, aren't you? I mean, if you're walking into the store in 1992 and you see that, if you see this packaging on the shelf, man, I'm spending my $1.99 or whatever the hell they were. Alright, here they are. This is Donruss Baseball from 1992. They just didn't have a hell of a lot of imagination, did they? They really didn't. Alright, we have Tim Cruz, John Schmaltz, Mo Vaughn, Tracy Jones, Tony Gwynn, Hall of Famer, Jerome Walton, up and gone fast, Geronimo Pena. You see, this might have been the biggest moment of Geronimo Pena's life. Sliding into second base and having a number 7 Cardinals player jump over the top of you and not land on your hand. Tom Foley. Now, if you watch my wait a minute. The tongue was a little long, I had to cut some off. If you watch my last video, you know that this guy plays for the Expos. And that's just north of those lakes, those Holmes Lakes. There's Phil Plantier. There's Mike Fetters, Angels pitcher. Brett Saberhagen, highlights. That must be worth 3 cents. Rex Dog Hutler, Lloyd Moisby, John Marzano, and Greg Maddox. We might save him for, that might be a card for the top loader pile. Alright, now we've discussed this package before. Kind of looks like something out of the Middle Ages, old knight castles and swords and all that stuff. But it's 1993 Topps Upper Deck Series 1. Okay, let's delve into this one and get a good gander at them. And let's see how much we can disappoint ourselves. Wouldn't you agree? Oh, my God. These things are sticky. Alright. Ooh, they're even still stuck together. We're starting out with Fernando Ramsey, Cubs outfielder. Oh, that's George Bell, Chicago White Sox. Got some dandy shades. All he needs now is a boat. There's the front of Mr. Bell's card. And then we're going to go into Mark Gardner. He's a hurler. Man, Upper Deck. Anthony Young. Oh, Get away from me, Mark. Get away from me. No, no, no. I do not want to try your Gatorade. I hate that stuff. Get away from me, dude. Teammates. They don't look like teammates, but it's a checklist. It's a teammates checklist. There's Melvin Neves, and this is an insert card. Look at the special black star. Rookie 1991. This is a card everybody wants to have in their set on the planet Mars. Here's Brian Harper. Jumping up, saying, look at me. I can toss it to second and keep my mask on at the same time. There's another catcher. It's Dave Valley of the Mariners. It looks like he's after a foul ball. Or this is 1993 in Seattle. Could be looking up a flying whale. Bet you never thought of that, did you? There's Dave Hollins, Philadelphia Phillies. Man, these things are sticky. There's Delano Shields upper deck card. You can see the damage done to it by the card sticking together. He's got his sunglasses on. He's trekking a ball in the sun. I remember that play now. He missed it and he tripped over the second baseman. Barry Bonds. Triple Crown contenders. TC1 insert. Look at Barry and look at upper deck damage because of the ink they used. The card is damaged beyond acceptableness. Here's Scudder. Little known fact, very, very little known fact. This guy, after he left baseball, he went into the U.S. government missile test program, and he did something the U.S. government wasn't real happy about. So he moved to Israel, and he stayed in the missile program, and he designed those Scud missiles that were shot out of the air that was fired by Iran. So there's always that for him to look back on. There's Jose Lind. Here we go. Look at the damage done to that Roger McDowell card, University of Lasorda. My God, look at all those white spots on it. Damage from cards sticking together. And checklist. All right. Thank you, Upper Deck, for doing such a good job of creating these cards back in the 90s that we can enjoy them now. They're damaged because of your processes. Okay, we're going to the next one now. This is 1992 Upper Deck Baseball. And as is typical, whoa, something's wrong. They're not sticking together. Look at that. Tommy Lasorda is helping Bob Ojeda. Now, I was at this game, and I remember this particular event. And I was watching from right behind the first base dugout, and Bob was getting ready to throw a pitch, and he was going to throw his famous forkball, and the goddamn ball got stuck between his first and second fingers. And I mean, it was stuck there. He wound up and he went to throw, and the ball just stayed right there in his hand. And Tommy, he ran out there right away. I mean, you can't see it because his left arm is right in front of his uniform. But Tommy was sitting down in the dugout. He was having a plate of spaghetti, And he got up so fast that some of the spaghetti spilled onto the front of his uniform. But because of the placement of his left arm in this photo, you can't see the spaghetti mess on his uniform. But anyway, Tommy ran out there so damn fast that he helped get that ball out of the fork of Bob's fingers. And 2 games later, Bob started pitching right-handed. Okay, and we got some backwards upside down. That's Jerry Don Gleaton. This was his first and only game for the Tigers. You see the angle of his arm. I mean, that's just human. This pitch, when he ended up finishing throwing this pitch, the lower end of his left arm broke off. There's Sean Abner. I mean, I played baseball, and I could hit some. But if you got a blurry ball coming at you, you ain't hitting it, man. All right, here we go. Dave Hollins. I mean, the dude was trying to make a one-handed catch, and he just missed it by a mile, man. Run scored. And then Bill Kruger, Mariners. Yeah, it was all right, but we don't know. This is Upper Deck. They put the same guy back to back in the same package. Upper Deck. That's why people quit buying Upper Deck. All right, here we go. Jose Canseco. And this is another reason that people quit buying Upper Deck. Some of these camera guys, they were trying out these new lenses, and all it did was show 3 images of the guy. And they thought it was so cool, but a couple images, they threw the cameras away. Mookie Wilson. Now this is the first instant of what they call photoshopping now. I mean, in reality, it looks like Mookie Wilson is sliding into third base, but that's completely not the case. In fact, this game, is, you see the cleat right there, that's a Yankee cleat. So this game is in Yankee Stadium, and I was sitting behind the third base dugout, and see, this play never actually happened. What happened, Mookie did this right in front of the Toronto dugout. There was a local burger shop there. They had a special on that day. It was called Luigi's Burgers or something like that. I can't remember this day. But they showed up in the Yankee dugout, and Mookie just took off, man, ran to the dugout, and he was diving into the dugout. And this is when the photographer caught him diving into the dugout. I mean, look at that look on his face. Damn, I want them burgers. But they photoshopped the base in to make it look like he was actually playing. All right, here we go. Kevin Mitchell. The guy was a hell of a player, but he's got to remember to keep the bat in his hands. Upside down, backwards, Yvonne Calderon. Montreal Expos. This is one of the few baseball players, a lot of you guys probably never heard of this. He also wanted to be a model. I mean, and you can tell. He's sitting in the dugout. He knows the cameras are there, and he's sitting back. He's trying to do his best Farrah Fawcett imitation. He could not pull it off, though. And there's Mike Scioscia. He's arguing with the home plate umpire because Soho was safe. The umpire called him out, but Scioscia had to correct him. No. He's safe. I missed the tag. And to this day, it's part of the record. Dave Staub. It's actually pronounced Staub is how it is. It's not Stibe, Steve, it's Staub. And this is Chris George. For a lot of you entertainment, movie fans and stuff like this, this is not the Chris George that decided to do the sex change. And this is Steve Farr of the Yankees, and there's Tom Goodwin of the Dodgers. And this guy was really a good player. He could float around on the field without touching the ground. I mean, look at that. Okay, let's go into our next package of highly entertaining. Here we go. Back to the Middle Ages. Castles, knights, princesses, varlets, squires, you know, all that good stuff. Round tables. You guys know. I don't have to tell you. Oh my God. It's been in the Middle Ages. Look at that. Oh my God. It's one at a time tearing them apart. Can you hear it? That's not me making noise. That's the cards coming apart. Leaving little tiny pieces behind. Ugh. Golly. This is about the same sound as when snails quit having sex. Or maybe it's tarantulas. I can't remember. I've watched so many of them. Oh my God. We're almost there, people. Oh, look at the damage. I mean, look at the damage. Oh my God. And there's no way to prevent it because it's... That one's not bad. All right, we got them all apart. Here's Carlos Garcia. He's pointing at the back of the card. His ass hurts because it was stuck together. Melada Perez, Yankees. Well, that isn't raindrops. That's damage to the card. There's John Franco. He was a pretty good pitcher, but there's damage to the card. Look at this guy, so happy about the damage to the card. Stan Belinda. God, look at that grimace on his face. Almost looks like he's got a pants full of something. We got upside down, sideways, backwards. Ooh, Scott Rubinsky. He's getting ready to toke up a spliffer, man. And there's Shane Mack, Minnesota Twins. Ken Caminetti. Probably got tripped by Biggio. Dan Gladden. Oh my God. Is that Bernie Sanders when he was younger? Joe Biden? Oh, it's Mark Portugal. Oh my God, look at, there's a Montreal Expo. That's north of the USA, up by those lakes I told you about in another video. There's Darren Lewis. Okay, oh, all-star rookie Kevin Rogers. We all want one of those, don't we? Well, uh-oh, I'll save him for last. There's Willie Green. There's another all-star rookie. And that's Royce Clayton. The one time when he's playing baseball, he sees a tarantula running across the field, and he's trying to catch the damn thing because they're worth $5 in Texas. And there's Hall of Famer Dave Winfield, community hero. Dave Winfield, community hero. I mean, Upper Deck's so bad they can't even get this straight. And I'm sorry, all you lovers of The upper deck. Okay, now this is the one I don't have any idea what year it's from. It's all nice and aqua-y, but it's all stuck together, and it's leaf. I know that. It's probably Donruss. More than likely, it's got a puzzle in there. It's coming apart though. Is there any gum? Oh, what's that? No, no gum. No gum. Oh, the party green ones. John Shelby. What year is this anyway? 1991. 1991. Donruss. Ramon Martinez, the Hawk Andre Dawson, rated rookie, Rich Garcias. No, Garces. Jeff Mento, Craig Biggio, Sean Hillegas, Paul O'Neill, Chili Davis, and believe me, you don't want to be around this guy after he's had too much chili. There's Greg Smith, Carlos Quintana. I really hate to say this, but he was getting ready to catch a watermelon. I saw when this picture was being taken. There's Charlie Lee Brandt, Kurt Schilling, famous U.S. conservative, MVP the Rocket, Roger Clemens, and there's the Willie Stargell puzzle piece. My God, somewhere on this planet, this will finish a puzzle for somebody. So, if you're out there and you're watching this video and you need these 3 pieces, give me a holler, leave a comment. I'll sell them to you for $10,000 a piece. I know, they're pretty important, but they're awful pretty, aren't they? Alright, here we go. Back to the mini minis. Remember, 25 cents for 6 picture cards. This is from 1986 Topps. These are the minis from 86. Oh, they are nice. Nice cards. They're nice and square. There's no damage to them. These are farm fresh, people. Farm fresh. We can win Spring Fever Baseball if you desire. Card number 1, Mario Soto, Cincinnati Reds. Gary Pettis, Anaheim Angels. California Angels at the time, actually. There's Keith Moreland, Texas Rangers. Britt Burns, Chicago White Sox. Ricky Henderson, New York Yankees. Wade Boggs, Hall of Famer, Red Sox. There's some Hall of Famers there. Ricky Henderson, I probably shouldn't mention him as a Hall of Famer as well. Okay, people. We'll try the Ruth collection before we get into the 16 Donruss. The Ruth collection doesn't want to open. Man. I mean, Ruth didn't live past the time this plastic was made. There's year in review. Wins only batting title 378 in 1924. I don't know how old he is. Still can't tie his damn shoes. Oop, there's 2 of them stuck together. World Series. Yankees playing their first World Series 1921. See, when it's back then, at that time, you always have to say 1900 and. It's just a rule that they made. Place in history, lifetime 2,211 RBIs, 1934. The year, 1934. Place in history, World Series, 96 total bases. The year, 1923. How the hell did he ever score? He's got 4 opposing team members around him and the baseball coach. You know what I bet happened? The baseball coach told the first baseman he had a fat ass, and he turned around and laughed, and Babe slid in safe to first base. Think that's a possibility? I don't either. There's a career highlight. Early called shots by the Babe. The year 1932. Trivia. Babe caught stealing to end series, 1926. The year, 1926. The Bambino the Man, St. Mary's Industrial School, the year 1911. This is when he played for the Red Sox still. The Bambino the Man, the Babe on the Links. I mean, I play a little golf, not much, but when I'm done swinging, I don't look like I just got done swinging a bat. Being Remembered by George Bush, the year 1948. How about that? I didn't realize that picture existed. That's George Bush Sr. in his Yale College uniform getting a Babe autograph. Too bad he was a CIA beast that helped facilitated, I should say, the assassination of JFK. Now we have the Babe Ruth checklist. Babe Ruth checklist. Alrighty then. Babe Ruth. It's always nice to look at some Babe Ruth pictures. Back at a time when they had cameras. Yeah, cameras operated differently back then. I know you guys don't believe it, but these guys that took the camera, the photographs, they held on to the cameras, and they had this long belt off the side of them, off this little wheel. And they had this little monkey on this little bicycle. He's pedaling this little bicycle, and that's what powered the flash on the cameras. I know you guys think I'm telling you this whole tale, but you never seen any pictures of it, do you? Because they don't want you to know. They don't want you to know. Now, if we were showing some cards that showed monkey history, you'd see a record of it. The monkeys, they tell the history of that, but man, no. Here we go. Walker Cooper, Cardinals. The year 1892 to the year 1992. Wait a minute, that can't be right. That's 100 years. How the hell did this guy play for 100 years? That's not possible. Wow. What a legendary feller. Here's an everyday hero, Doc Go-True. Steals the heart of the fans. Hearts of the fans. Not just one heart, but many, many hearts. Wow. Where do we put them all? There's Mike Gonzalez, coach in the year 1934. There's Russ Van Atta, Yankees pitcher, the year 1928. Joe McCarthy, not the same one that was chasing the Russians. This is the greatest manager in baseball, the year 1926. And there's Lou Riggs, Cincinnati Reds, third baseman. Yep, that's him. I know. Alan Sotheran, St. Louis Browns pitcher, the year 1917. I know that you guys watch baseball today and you're comparing this uniform back then with what the guys look like today. But I'm telling you, we live in a time now, and most of the people on the left are going to tell you this. It's because of climate change. It's a lot warmer now, way warmer. It's global warming and stuff. See, back when this guy played in 1917, it was cold. I mean, it was cold. Look, he's got long johns on. Look at long johns on his arms, long johns on his under his socks. They got to stay warm, and you can see the snow in the background, can't you? Just ask the people on the left. It's a reason. It's a real thing. And here's Wally Gerber, St. Louis Browns shortstop, the year 1923. That bat he's using, when he was a youngster, a little older than 13, he cut down a maple tree in the backyard behind his grandpa's farmhouse and made that bat himself. Val Pisanich, Boston Red Sox catcher, the year 1923. This picture is taken right after he signed his first contract. And he looks happy, doesn't he? Very first contract. He's 24 years old, signed his very first contract for 3 weeks for 18 cents. Here's Ted Blankenship. He was a Chicago White Sox pitcher. In this picture, the year 1928. You can see it says Chicago on the front of his uniform. He's not really happy to have his picture taken because he left his wife a couple weeks before this and she's been looking for him, and now he's afraid she's going to be able to find him. All right, here's Johnny Mize, and we really don't have to talk too much about this guy. See, for the simple reason, you see up in that upper right hand corner, it says great stories. So Johnny Mize, the year 1942, has great stories. That's all it needs to be said about this guy. And here's Dolph Luque. He pitched for the Cincinnati Reds. See, remember what I told you earlier with another guy? What the heck was his name? Alan Southern, I think. Remember I told you he was wearing long johns to stay warm because it was colder there? Look, this guy here, same long johns. Got to stay warm when you're playing baseball. This is George McQuinn, St. Louis Browns, first baseman. And I don't know how many of you guys know this. The St. Louis Browns, I mean, they were the precursor to what is today the Atlanta Braves. And this was from the year 1940. Montgomery Pearson threw a two-hitter. Oh, I'm sorry, no-hitter. Man, a no-hitter? August 27, the year of our Lord, 1938. Indians versus Yankees, and as you can see, he pitched for the Yankees. Doesn't look like he's real happy about it, though. There's Fred Toney. Reds versus Cubs, May 22. Oh, I'm sorry, May 2. The year of our Lord, 1917. He threw a no-hitter that day. It was pretty easy. The other team didn't have any bats. And it's because they came from a part of the country with no trees. I know, it seems silly, but you gotta know history. Okay, fellas. Sorry this thing is dragging on, but we're down to our last two packs. See that? There's one, and there's two. One, two. One, two. Okay, so you know there's two different packs. This is 2016 Donruss Baseball with Big Pappy on there, 6 cards. So we only have to sit through 12 more cards. So we're at almost 34 minutes. We should get it done by 35, and everybody will enjoy themselves for a little more than half an hour. Alrighty then. Let's get them all in order before we start displaying them, just to make it go faster. All right, here we go. Joss, tongue isn't working right. There's Josh Donaldson, Toronto Blue Jays. That's north of those lakes I told you about in the last video. Ooh, there's Jason. He wants to go home. Jason Kipnis of the Cleveland Indians. Pedro Martinez, Boston Red Sox. Ooh, Masters of the Game, Randy Johnson. Man, I wonder how much he had to pay them to get on this card. Chris Bryant. Man, what's he doing? Look at him. Trying to be a model or something? Cal Ripken Jr. This was his last season. That's probably the game he broke the record when the Angels were in town. There's his career batting totals on the back of this rascal too. 3,001 games, 11.5 thousand bats, 3,000 hits, 400 home runs, almost 1,700 RBI, 36 stolen bases is all. Man, one of his legs must have been shorter than the other. All right, fellas. I'm trying to. I know. We've been talking too much, making this longer, but we're down to our last pack. But you have to admit, I have some acute insights into the game of baseball, don't I? I mean, you have to admit that. There's Sonny Gray. Oh my God. Dallas Keuchel. Jonathan Lucroy. Ichiro. Oh, there's another wannabe model. Stephen Piscotty rookie card. And Carlos Gonzalez. Let's look at that Chris Bryant card again. Was that a rookie card? I didn't even notice. Well, look at his hair. It does not say rookie card on it, does it? Was he wasn't a rookie in 16, was he? It was 16 Panini Donruss Baseball. S1, Studio 1. I could have swore he was a rookie in 16. Well, maybe not. But we got one wannabe model, two wannabe model. Oh, look at how pretty I am. Alright, enough silliness for one night. Thanks for watching, fellas. We had fun, didn't we? I know I did. I appreciate all you fellers spending your valuable time watching my silliness, sharing my cards with you, even though none of them are worth more than 2 or 3 cents, but it was a lot of fun, boy, I'll tell you. Take care, fellers. Have a good one.